Oh shit. They was fucking with Carol in this episode, man. They were just tearing her ass out the frame. I think they wanted her dead. Because they probably should have got rid of her before anyway. But being that she's coming back pretty hardcore, I might be able to deal with it. Anyway, we start off, Rick got Carol crying like a bitch. Remember when he told her that she got to leave the group, they said, we have, people coming to the group like this, fucking with people, killing off people, burning bodies and shit, bumping guns. Anyway, he rented out a nice little apartment. Right? And when we see the now the rent she got, but when she seen the smoke, she said, "Fuck it, I just gotta go back and find out what's." The way she comes back, unlike Carol, I thought that when they showed her on the road, even if something happening with a little apartment, she could afford the rent, but that's all she did was stay in that little apartment. Or that's all they showed. She went, I think she put down her, a little deposit or whatever, paid off the first 2 months, left early, broke the lease. But I didn't see any kind of show any kind of transition. It was just like she just rented out a little apartment. Now she comes back extra strong. I thought she was going to be like a little training arc or something like that. Like Dragon Ball Z. She was going to hop in by like a time chamber and train for a minute. But really, she just rented out a little apartment. Anyway, Daryl and Carol hit the streets, right? And they tell the jokers that took Beth. But when I first seen them, I was like, man, these guys are idiots. But it was really me that was the idiot because I'm like, why do they got the lights on? And it was really them. It was the jokers that took Beth, right? And then they followed up behind them. At first, I thought that was them, riding. I was like, damn, they're going to get spotted. Anyway, they get to Atlanta, right? I think it was Atlanta. Yeah, they're in Atlanta, right? And the guy stops for some strange reason. Now, it could be any old reason because that could be like a checkpoint that they all use or they make certain whatever. It could be any good reason. Or it could have been that they spotted Daryl and Carol. But don't seem like that because he didn't go check them out. Understand? And anyway, he did what he had to do. I'm guessing it was a checkpoint. They do, but think about it. If you have a little hideout, right, and people are coming there, they might need to go to a certain area to check, like a point to go there. It might be certain rituals that they do, not like rituals like devil worshiping and anything like that, but like certain term. It might be certain guidelines that they got to follow. They say, okay, just in case you're being tailed, always go to this location first and ride through this, driveway, whatever, whatever kind of thing. It could have been anything. So it made sense for them, to stop right there. Anyway, they happened to conveniently run out of gas. So now they're assed out and they had to find a little apartment. So the gang, they hold up for the night, right? And then they trick us with this whole body shit. Remember, everybody was saying, oh, that body, I'm thinking it was Carol. Could have been Chris, but I'm thinking it was Carol, right? Because Carol was all fucked up if we see, in the preview, right? For the next episode. But all that was just a walker that, when they went into that tent, like they hung out into that building to, to hang out for a minute, to hold up for the night. Some walkers came to the door. and Carol went to sleep. Daryl woke up extra early because he's a rider, he's a grinder, he's a hustler. He said, I got to get out and get this money. I can't, money don't sleep. So he don't sleep. Same thing as me. I don't sleep. I don't need sleep. Anyway, he goes out there, handles the walk, and throws the body in the fire, and everybody's up there. They tricked us. That's what that was. Everybody seeing him holding. They put that in the show, knowing it didn't mean shit. I mean, they didn't put that in the show. They put that in the commercial, knowing it didn't mean shit. So you thinking that Carol or Chris had died. That's what that was all about. It didn't mean shit. They just did that to put that in the I don't know if they put it in the show for that episode or whatever, but it seemed like when he did it, he was saying, Carol, you ain't got to be this damn hardcore. I got you sometime, Like she kept saying, I'm gonna be the first one to watch. I'm gonna stay up. I'm gonna watch. I'm a grinder. I'm a rider, and all that other kind of stuff. So I'm guessing that's what they were saying. But when they put it in the, it was almost like what they did in season 4. But when they put it in the previews, like I said on my other review on season 4, when they put it in the preview, automatically you're thinking that some of the main characters had died and it was nothing but a walker. So it was a trick. It was a setup. Anyway, the gang head out like in the morning. And they make it past Tent City. Now, if you don't know what Tent City is, a lot of urban areas, they have what's called tent city. A lot of homeless people hold up in certain section of the area of the city in order to survive, I guess. They set up little tents and they call them Tent City. They made it past Tent City. They go up into this parking garage and make it to this bridge. I guess they're going up into a building in order to look across the city. They knew the general direction the people went in, but they didn't know exactly where they was at. They tried to get a good viewpoint. Now, if you're paying attention to the episode, right, when they get to Tent City, which is the bridge, and you see all them tents and whatnot, that's hence Tent City. When they get to that bridge and they walk past, if you look in the glass, when they walk past, you look in the glass, you see somebody stand up or something. I couldn't really make it out who it was or anything like that until later on in the episode. I'm guessing this was Chris. Because you see somebody, if you look close, you see somebody get up or something, somebody turn, you see somebody standing. It's a reflection of somebody. So somebody was watching them. So anyway, they make it to the building. They see the truck. Like they're talking to each other, whatever, no monologue, whatever bullshit. And they look out the window. Daryl knows it's a truck, and it had the same emblem on it as the other truck did, or the same cross on it, so that's their vehicle. You know what I'm saying? So they won't be like, oh shit, I wonder if these are enemies. You understand? So they get done with that and they get ready to head back across Tent City. They run into Chris. And Chris got caught up in the thug life. He got caught up in the thug life. He's bumping cracks, and smack, buying guns and shit. Because he started to rob these folk. He's already started off in the wrong. He went wayward. Because now he's doing armed robberies and shit. He might be robbing banks. I don't know. I think he's selling crack and smack, buying guns, bumping crack and slacks, whipping the yam, whipping and flipping the yams and shit like that. That's what type of lifestyle he's got caught up in now. But he has to do it in order to survive. So he ran down on Daryl and Carol, took their weapons and took off. Carol and what the fuck am I messing? I'm messing up. Daryl and Carol, right? They took too long on the fucking truck. Chris let them go, and they went to go out to the truck to find out to see if it's any more information they can gather, which they did. They went in the truck. They seen the walkers coming, and when the walkers bunch, when they bunch like that, and they was coming in from all angles. When they bunch, it's a wrap. We have to find our ways out of this. And they went in there and they found some information. They found out that they had equipment from a hospital in the truck, so they knew. That was some information, a lead for them, and that was the only lead that they got. They could as fast as possible and get the hell out of there. They took too long Walkers finally bunched, and this part of the episode is actually exciting. The truck is teetering, and they have to. It's nowhere for them to go. Daryl comes up with a perfect idea. Well, actually, it wasn't a perfect idea, but it was the only idea they had. But that truck pretty fucking high. Anyway, he says, strap up, put your seatbelts on. Seatbelts on, and they just sitting there waiting. And you see Carol, and Carol, she looks shook, like she's like this, you know, which is the same reaction I would have. But another thing I'd have been thinking is, damn, what if we land on top? Like, what if the truck turns over and we land on the top? Hopefully, you got to duck up underneath the seat or something like that. There's something in between you and your melon. See some kind of buffer zone, crumple zone. Anyway, the truck falls and it lands like straight down, right? It must have real good shocks. But anyway, they hit like that, and it saved them. Daryl had, basically the best idea in that situation. The only idea they could have had. They land, and then the fucking walkers start landing on them. That part had me like on the edge of my seat. I ain't gonna lie, that was good. That was good. I mean, it was good because it built up. It was just excitement right there off the bat. That's one thing. Another thing is the episode wasn't a lot happening until Chris showed up, so that helped move picked up the pace of the episode. Instead of making it too boring and shit like that, because wasn't much happened before that. But the only problem I had, like I said, they took too long. Like, you would think that as experienced they wouldn't let these walkers bunch. Anyway, oh yeah, Chris was a damn gam. That's what they didn't realize. They kept saying he was a kid, but Chris grew up. He's a gam. And if you don't know what a gam is a grown-ass man. That's what he became in this episode. And now they recognize it. And he went into Chris again, right? Because they're looking for more information to find Carol, right? I mean, Beth. They make it to this building, right? They're looking around. They hear some walkers, right? They found out, okay, it's my arrow inside this walker. You already knew Chris was around, right? So Chris was being attacked by a walker. He starts shooting. Now, the walkers come towards Beth and I'm gonna stop saying Beth. They walk towards Carol and Daryl. Carol almost gets bit by the walker, but she's able to save herself. Now, I think when Chris was firing, he was firing at walkers and whatnot. He's not that great at taking out walkers, as we can see. He can do it with one. As you can see, he's not really that good, and he's crippled. So anyway, he makes it to the room. He's putting up this he's pushing up this shelf on this door to try to keep this walker on the other side of the door in. Daryl catches up to his ass and he spears the shit out of him. Looked like Goldberg for a minute. Spears the shit out of him. The dresser comes down on the board, and now he's getting ready to leave him for dead. Daryl didn't play that shit. Like, Carol wanted to save him, right? I guess she felt I went a little too hardcore. Killing the kid and whatnot. She was talking about Daryl about that. I'm guessing she said, damn, I got to a point where I'm shocked at what I can do. So that does make sense. But the good thing about those flashbacks that they were putting in of Carol, a lot of it was like, okay, I don't think I'd be quick. So I did none of. So I think they showed that to make you realize, okay, damn. Even though Carol's a rider right now, it's not like she's not pushing herself past the point that she wants to go to. She even said that she was meant to be something like that. Remember when she was teaching them kids and she was, basically just playing a mother figure role and shit like that. She said that's what she was meant to do. So I could see what she was talking about. And she wanted to have the kids. So I think she pushed herself past the point that she wanted to go to. And she wanted to save Chris, right? Chris begged like a bitch. He was begging for his motherfucking life. He said, please, don't let this motherfucker get me. You know what I'm saying? Please, begging like a bitch. Now in that situation, would I beg like a bitch? Man, I beg worse than a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because what would have happened? You put your arms up, you hold the walk as long as you can. You get to a point where you just going like this. And it just starts getting close. It's going to start to the fucking constant struggle is going to eventually get to you. You're going and it's gonna take 5 hours, and you're gonna be sweating. You're gonna have to stop the fire just gets to you. That's a horrible way to die. So yeah, I'm gonna beg like a bitch. I'm like, please, please help me. Anyway, Carol helps him, and what happened is Daryl liked the way Chris was crip walking, so he joins the team. And they was talking to him. They said, you know what? Do you know such and such? She's like, because Chris was saying, yo, we gotta get the fuck out of here and yada yada yada. He says, did you happen to run across? Oh shit. He says, what did I just hit? Damn, hold on. What the fuck? Okay, there we go. I hit something by accident. But anyway, hit the keyboard. Chris was saying that we got to get away. These people are coming. He was like, who's they? And then he was thinking, maybe they are the same people. This blind chick, and he says, Beth? He said, yeah. He said, you hit Beth too? He said, yeah, we both fucked the same girl with tip buddies. Tip brothers. So that's how they really hit it off. He said, okay, you my brother now. They're brothers. So anyway, they get ready to leave. We should call them, what's my girl name? Carol darts out in the middle of the street, gets hit by one of their cars, and they tossed this girl. It looked like the scene from what was it? Don't Be a Menace in the Hood or something like that, when they hit the dude in the wheelchair and the dude went flying. It looked like that. Like I thought she was going to die, because they hit her pretty hard. Anyway, Daryl was getting ready to rush right out there and hurt these guys, right? And Chris grabs him. He says, yo, don't do it, because the place they're getting ready to bring her to, they're going to fix her up. I was there. They have medicine. They have doctors. They can take care of her. Let them get her. That way they can take care of her and, fix her injuries, because we can't do it. And then we'll go in there and save her anyway, because you're going to save Beth anyway. So now we just got to get one extra person. And they do the hard work of fixing the girl up for us. So that was the plan for them. Anyway, after that, Chris and Daryl, right, they head back to get the rest of the team to ride down on Dawn's ass. And that's the end of the episode. The episode, like I said, was slow until Chris comes in, picking up. It started getting a little more exciting, right? But like I said, the Beth episode wasn't shit. And now we're doing an episode where it's like filler. It's like filler because we need to get to DC, obviously, but now they're finding out the thing about what you call them. But we need to do something. If we're going to DC, we need to hurry up and get there. Or if we're going to figure out, get the team back together with Abraham and all, we need to do that. But now they're going to get Beth, which I think is one of the worst characters in the whole series. I think it's almost irrefutable that she's the worst character in the series, right? Going to get Beth, and it's all based behind an episode that wasn't shit. So now it makes this episode seem asinine, because now this episode is all happening based on the episode that should never happened. But in my opinion, the episode stand alone, like just basing it, judging it off itself, just in and of itself, I would give it a 4. Why would I give it a 4? Not that it was that great. Like I said, it picked up. It got a little bit more exciting. The next episode, even though it's based off some shit I don't want to see, like it's based off an episode that should never exist, the next episode seems like it's going to actually be good, like real good. This episode, like I said, got exciting. We got Chris. I think Chris is actually, like, I was concerned about it at first, but Chris is actually shaping up to be a decent character. I think it could work. That's one thing. And after seeing him in The Talking Dead, I really like him. So that's one thing. So getting Chris on the team, we find out what's going on with Daryl. Remember the guy he said he wanted him to meet? It was Chris. We know it's Chris now, because they get their head back to the group. And in the other previous episode, we seen them at the group talking to Michonne. So obviously the person he's with is Chris, because Carol is with the with Dawn's boys. You understand? So this episode wasn't too bad. It seemed like I said, these couple episodes seem like filler, but it's a good transition. It's a good transition. It's well, this in combination with the next episode. Why? Because we're not gonna finish off this little Beth thing until a couple episodes anyway. But this plus the next episode seems like a good transition into what's next to come. You know, catching up with Beth. I mean, catching up with Abraham's group and things of that nature. I think it was pretty good in terms of that. It's like having an episode where it's a lot of excitement, and then it's a cool down period. Like we got done with that. Now we're in a couple episodes where it's not going to be a whole lot happening, and then it leads up to a good, some good action. So yeah, I think this episode is actually pretty decent. I'm giving it a 4 because I liked it just based on the fact that Chris was in there and The Talking Dead. Think about it. The Talking Dead, even though that had nothing to do with the episode, it kind of does because they went over the episode. When they had those 3 people up there, like I don't really watch The Talking Dead because I'm going to do a review and myself. It's a lot of what's going on Talking Dead. I usually just watch a couple of minutes of it and then that's it. But when I seen the cast they have on there, man, like the girl on there, I can't remember the name. They had CM Punk and they had Chris, right? They knew what the fuck they was talking about. I like that. And when Chris was explaining the episode and his character and whatnot, he didn't placate us. The dude that played Tyrese, right? When he did the Talking Dead, he placated us. Like he gonna sit there and say, "Oh no, Tyrese thought he killed the dude. He's just get the fuck out of here. Come on, man. We all know he let the dude live, But when Chris was saying what was going on in the episode, everything he said made sense. He said that Chris stayed there for Beth. It made complete sense because if he wanted to leave, he did the city. He could have just found the car and got the fuck out of there. You understand? He stayed in them buildings and high rises looking so he can plan how he gonna get there. He said he needed some weapons. What did he need weapons for? To go in a place that they had plenty of weapons. You understand? So it made complete sense. Everything he described about the character, the character's motives, how the character was thinking, and he just seemed like he knew what he was talking about. He wasn't talking out his ass. I appreciate that, and I said, you know what? After seeing that helped me really gain an attachment for Chris's character in the actual show. The girl that was on there, I can't remember her name. I'm sorry, I apologize. But I'm familiar with the other. I'm familiar with the other dude from wrestling. I'm familiar with Chris from the TV show. I'm not really familiar with her, but she actually was talking about the episode like she had some sense. She went in depth. Everything she said had reasoning. Like when she was talking about the people that was on the bridge, how she think they got killed maybe by gas or by the bomb or whatever, because a lack of oxygen, because they was all in sleeping bags and whatnot. It was no alarm. All of them had to have died in their sleep. And CM Punk, he was saying stuff that makes these people that they had on the Talking Dead this time, they didn't placate us. They talked about the episode intelligently, and they all actually, what am I trying to say? They all actually articulated themselves very well, and they actually, what am I trying to say? They deconstructed the episode. When they was asked questions and whatnot, they actually deconstructed it and analyzed things on a good level, the same way a reviewer would do. So I like that. And I think that was actually a good thing about the Talking Dead part this time. The episode was mad. That would do that. Like I said, this episode, I liked it, but I think watching the Talking Dead added to it for me, because seeing, him talk about the characters and stuff like that, and actually having people with a brain on there, that helped. The episode was exciting, like seeing them fall off, off the bridge, Daryl, just some badass shit. Seeing Carol get hit by the car, it was exciting. It was like an adrenaline rush for me. Like I said, overall, if you if you judge it based on the previous episodes and whatnot, this episode seems like filler. This episode shouldn't really exist based on the fact that it's only happening because the previous episode, should have never existed. You understand? So based on that, I can understand somebody saying it's mad. I can get that. The only reason I'm saying it's a 4 for me, basing it off itself, Now that we in a situation where the episode does exist, we need this episode. You understand? If you already made this mistake, then next episode you can't just start over. You got to make this the next mistake. But they made this mistake well, you know, for it to be a mistake. You understand? If you get what I'm saying. Okay, let me go ahead and see the comments. I don't know if I fucked up with the timing because I went to. No, I don't think so. But anyway, go ahead and leave your comments, like the video, and subscribe, because I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke, and you got the power to change that.